All right, what's up, guys? Corey left us in charge for the day. He's off tuning some race cars. So I got Jaden over here.
What's up?
And he's going to change out the pan gasket and the rear main seal on this thing today. Got to do some grunt work. And then we got a whole table full of goodies over here.
Oh, yeah.
I'll let Jaden show you that.
Right here we got a stealth intake. So it's like it's the stock style intake, but it flows much better. They're port matched to these heads. We got dove heads right here. They've been poured. We got upgraded valve springs on them. Got all our gaskets, water pump, oil, everything we need to put this thing back together. Gotta get to it and lift this motor up and drop this pan out. You ready?
Yeah, I'm going to let Jaden do a little time lapse of him getting down on the floor and getting all that stuff unbolted, and we'll get back with you in a little bit.
Alright guys, we're back from underneath the truck. Gabe's here undoing the last couple of things before we get this engine jacked up. We got everything else underneath disconnected. Got our engine mounts, train mounts, oil pan nuts. It's got two more on the front holding it up. After that, we're going to get the cherry picker hooked up, get this motor lifted up, and get our oil pan out, get her cleaned up, and get her sealed back up. Alright guys, we got the oil pan out. It was a little tricky, but it's alright. It was easy enough. Just had to wrestle with this oil pump and stuff, but we got her out. Go ahead and get her rear main seal knocked out. Clean up our oil pan, put everything back together, and we'll be done with that. Alright guys, we got our timing cover and water pump on. We'll go ahead and try to get this pan on, and hopefully this oil pump isn't too much. You gotta stick it up there with the push rod for the distributor so it turns your oil pump. Hopefully that goes on pretty easy, as it did come off. So we'll go ahead and switch the time lapse and get this oil. Alright guys, we got the oil pan back on. That was one heck of a job, wasn't that, Gabe?
Yeah, it was. So.
Yeah, but we got her back on. Got
everything's back together now. So what we have to do now, because they've got different valve links in it, Corey's gonna have to get in here with some checker springs and a checker push rod, and we're gonna have to measure for new push rods for the engine. So that's where we're at now. So when he gets back, we can continue on with the rest of it.
all right guys, this is our job's done, so we're gonna let Corey ramble on about the rest.
What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Finally getting around, getting a little bit of time. Slid out after work the end of the day. I'm gonna go try and put some cylinder heads on this 86 bullnose. This is the truck I've been trying to get some work done. Gabe's been working on it. We got new tanks put in it, put new fuel pumps in the tanks, put a new control valve on it. We had to switch the control valve out because, you know, this truck's gonna have EFI on it now. It won't have carburetor no more, so control valve's different for the pressure. I'm sure that thing's probably gonna run 55, 60 PSI now, where the factory control valve is only probably 5 or 7 PSI for a carbureted version. But anyways, yeah, I mean, I put a set of, I think this truck's got a set of Dove C heads on it, fully ported set of Dove C heads. I got a stealth intake going for it. And one of the biggest things I got going on, well, a couple biggest things. One, I reached out to Iskandarian camshafts, Nolan over there. He hooked me up with a camshaft. It's got like a, I can't remember the specs on it, but I think it's like a 570, 580 inch lift cam. It's a flat tappet cam, all American made. You know, and there's a lot of stuff going on around about the lifters, but he told me don't worry about his lifters. His lifter will be fine. They will not wear out. They're American steel. They're not China steel. So I put all my faith in him. I know he knows what he's talking about. But yeah, I got the whole valve train setup is from Iskandarian. Springs, camshaft, retainers, push rods, timing chain set. I mean, literally the whole valve train is from Iskandarian Cam. So I want to thank him very much for that. And I can't wait to hear it, man. I think the cam's got like a 110 centerline lobe on it. It's like a 570, 580 lift. The duration on it is like a, I want to say 280, 290 duration, advertised 230, 240, something like that. I mean, advertised is 280, 290, 50,000 is 230, 240, somewhere in that area. I did talk to Nolan today because I think the next truck I'm going to do a hydraulic roller. You know, because when I get done with this, I'm going to get another one done. My biggest thing is putting the Holley EFI Sniper 2 on it. The Holley EFI just changes everything on these old trucks. It really does. I know I see a lot of stuff on the internet, man, but I've done a couple of them now. I've helped people with a couple of them. I haven't actually seen one run bad yet, to be honest with you. Everything that I've found or I've seen is pretty much been self-inflicted. My 1-ton dually has had the Holley EFI on it down for probably about 8 months. It runs flawless. When I tell you it runs flawless, I will drive that truck to California if I had to. So yeah, this one here, man, this is a 4-speed. I'll show you this truck here real quick. It's an 86 Bullnose. I've had this truck for a while. I just haven't done nothing to it, man. I am gonna, as soon as I get it ready to go, I'm putting a straight axle, Dana 60 straight axle underneath it. I'm gonna level it up, probably put some 295s on it with some factory Alcolas. Yeah, man, I'm just gonna go have fun, drive it. I might search around for a 5-speed for it with overdrive later on. Maybe pull out one of them, I think the ZF5s that comes in like a 90, 96, 95, 96 model, 97 model, something like that. I just have to check out the transfer case and all that. I'm putting a set of Hedman headers on it. Now, I have 2 sets of headers. I have headers that are actually built for this truck that are made for Hedman, but then I have the set from 97, which is fuel injected. I'm going to try and put the 97 headers on this truck. I believe everything still looks the same, and only because Hedman offers the crossover pipe already done. It also has the bung in the collector with both headers coming together. So the O2 sensor will actually be reading from both sides of the motor, not just one side of the motor, and it's kind of already done. Even if I had to cut a tube and twist it or whatever, me and Gabe did already set the heads on the motor. We did put the headers up in there. They do go, they do clear. We do have to cut the crossover pipe that goes underneath it. We're gonna have to cut it and just twist it like 1/4 of an inch, but I believe it'll work, man. I believe someone's probably just not tried to use that header. Now, the only difference is I do have I think the Dove C heads on it, which I think the C8C, they're all the same, but that's closed chamber head. So it's actually got like a high port, an oval port, where the D3 head that came off this is more the square port. Or actually, no, I take it back. The D3 port is actually the same port as the Dove and the C8 and the C9. The fuel injection port, which is on the 97 head, is the D port. And that's what these headers are for. So what I've come up with is we're gonna actually take and weld the top of the head behind the flange, not the head, but the header behind the flange and under it. And then I'm gonna port that header out to match that port that's on the cylinder head now. So we won't have no flow restrictions there, and I do believe it's gonna work. I just think it's a better setup. I'll show you what I'm talking about real quick. So this port is actually the port of the head that I have on there now, which is the closed chamber head. This port here is the port of the fuel injected head. So what my plan is I'm gonna weld on the back side of this thing. Let me see if you can see this. I'm gonna just put a little snot on the top, a little snot on the bottom, and then I'll port that flange down along with that tube and open it up to make it match this gasket. So if you look at it, it doesn't lack much to make it work. Just a little bit, which I think that's very doable. Like I said, we'll get that thing welded up, we'll port it out, but this head here, we'll actually plug this. This is for the EGR cooler, which we're getting that ain't on this truck anyway, but like I said, this set is made for the 97s. I just think this is gonna be a better setup because it has the crossover plate, or the crossover tube already built. So all this goes in the truck and clears. It's got the O2 bung back here where it's coming, you know, it's got the 2 and the 1. So you're actually, your O2 is actually registering. Your air fuel will be coming right out of here, out of both sides of the motor. This is a 3-inch exhaust. And I just think it's a better setup. I think we looked at it, we're gonna zip it right here, and this thing's only got to turn like 1/4 of an inch. And then, you know, that guy go right back on there. So I just think it's gonna be a better setup that way. So I know I already bought these other headers, but either way, I think I'll just sell them off. My loss, somebody else's gain. What's up, Gabe?
What's up?
About to get some shit done?
Yeah.
I'm about ready to get this thing running so we can go drive. We're gonna go vroom vroom. But yeah, anyways, I did set the heads on there. You know, now they have double springs, inner and outers, and a dampener, which is from Iskandarian. So it's these heads also have 219 intake valve, I think a 172 or maybe a 176 exhaust. I have to put adjustable rockers on it because the valves are different heights on each side. I will have to roll the motor over and get a push rod height on this. That's one of the last things I'll have to do. But we went ahead, I decided to pull the oil pan off it, put a rear main seal in it, put a new oil pan gasket on it because all these old 460s leak. Just to kind of seal this motor up. I don't really know a lot about this motor. I mean, it runs good, it's got good oil pressure. I don't really care about the short block. I mean, sooner or later I'm gonna end up pulling it out and put, you know, like a stroker motor in this thing. The whole top end will be great from this day forward. I'm using that wing intake. This is a fully ported intake manifold. So it's port matched to match my cylinder heads. So, you know, I think that in itself is gonna give her great power compared to the stock one that came off it. And yeah, Gabe's got the PDM box in here. The ignition control module's already in. Already wired up. All the fuel pumps are wired up already. I mean, he's just basically waiting on me. We gotta get these heads back on. The camshaft's already slid down in her. All the front of the motor's back together. We're gonna get these bolts headed, these heads bolted on today, get them torqued down. I'll set the manifold on there dry, the intake manifold dry, because obviously we're gonna put all of our push rods in and, you know, put all the oil in there and prime it up. But we're gonna get these headers on and get them bolted up in place. That way we can get in right there and measure and cut once. You know, I don't want to cut once and then measure. Probably won't work out for me. But anyways, I believe that setup's just gonna be better. I have a Flowmaster muffler. I'm not 100% sure on this muffler, but I'm gonna put it up there, tack it. I'm gonna listen to it. If not, I might get like a 40 series. They say that Flowmaster muffler is a good muffler. If it's too loud, then I'll just get the 40 series. I know the 10 series is definitely too loud. I've already heard that thing. It rattles off like a cherry bomb, and I don't want my truck to sound like one of them trucks with them cherry bombs. But anyways, yeah, this truck's also got the bigger front end on it, the Dana 50, bigger hubs, which I like that on these old 250s. You gotta pay attention to that when you get them. But heads are completely brand new. I think I ended up with valves, porting, springs, surfaced them, you know, clean them up, check them all up. I probably got about, I don't know, more than, you know, obviously I can go buy aluminum heads, but I wanted to keep the old factory forged stuff, to be honest with you. You know, I probably got $2,000, $2,200 in them, something like that. And that's all fine and good, man. They're still factory Ford heads. They're a factory. I don't know if this is a Dove head or a C8. No, I got so many sets of them, but they're all relatively the same. But like I said, they're definitely a good set of heads now. I'm hoping this thing will make north of 400 horsepower. I don't know. I see a lot of people on them threads that say it won't make it. Some people say it will. I just got to believe this motor will make over 400 horsepower really easy. I'm hoping for somewhere around 450, somewhere around 550 foot-pounds of torque. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun to drive. So with that being said, man, I'm gonna get after it. I'm gonna do some work. I'll put this thing on a time lapse and see if we can get a little stuff done. I'm eager to get this thing running. Last one?
Yeah. Oh, all right. Let me put this away for you.
All right, guys. I put the last series of that in time lapse. You need to see all that. These last two bolts, man, you gotta get the bolts in the head before you set the head on, because you can't get them long bolts in because it fights that heater core box in the firewall. But all right, I'm gonna torque up this last side right here, and I'm gonna jump on the other side. Now I know some of you guys that watch this video, I know all you professionals out there, you're gonna bitch and you're gonna say, he shouldn't put his foot up on the engine like that. But let me tell you how fat guys, 300-pound fat guys do it. So yeah, I get the old leg up here, get down here where I can work. It's kind of how I'm with the old leg at nighttime. I got to get in there and I got to work that thing. You know what I'm saying? So big guy, got to be able to move. Gabe, we need to get us a goddamn light out here. I feel like I'm working in the damn dark all the time. Can't see a damn thing down here.
All you gotta do is that.
Like working in the friggin' dark. I think this is the bastard cylinder head over here, ain't it? I don't think we gotta do that with the bolts on the other side.
Yes.
Because this is the head that's furthest back.
Well, no, we had to fight with it to get that other one out too. So
Oh, really?
Yeah, you'll have to do the same thing.
Oh, I was pretty much thinking that this was my head.
Oh,
And you were doing the other one.
okay.
You see the technique, right? Fat man technique?
Yeah.
See how I gotta get up in here? It also gives him some leverage.
I got the junior edition going on here.
Oh yeah, you got the shorter legs, so you can probably get up in here. Man, I can't wait to hear this thing run.
Me either.
I think it's gonna sound good though. I mean, the compression's gonna move. I count the compression. I don't know what it was. I'm thinking these motors are like 8.5 to 1. I think it's probably gonna be around with the 75cc head now. Plus I think I milled 12 thou off it, but that's only gonna change it by, you know, a point. But anyways, I think it's gonna be close to 9.8, 10 to 1.
Yeah,
should be good on pump
I
gas
was gonna
still.
say you start getting how hard more than that.
Yeah, I still want to be able to run 93, but it don't matter even if 89 or whatever, 87, but it don't matter. I can put 93 in, I can put a little additive in it, you know, because ain't like I'm gonna drive this thing a lot, you know. All right, guys, I'll let Gabe have the easy side. I let him wrestle that one on over there, but we're torquing that side down there. We'll be good. The only thing we got to do is put the headers on. We got to modify a few things on that. Get that done, get the intake on, get this thing buttoned up. It won't be much longer. I will have to go ahead and measure all the push rod lengths and order some push rods for it, but that'll probably be tomorrow. I'll do that tomorrow night. I don't know if I have enough energy, I'll do it tonight, but push rods, they'll be a common push rod to get. So once we get that all set up, man, actually I got to go home and get my die. I don't have that, but so it'll probably be tomorrow night we'll do the push rods. Get the exhaust done, and yeah, man, we're gonna fire this thing up. Vroom, vroom. All right, guys, I think that's about all I'm gonna get done tonight. I still gotta check this push rod length. I think I'm gonna do that tomorrow. But I'll show you what we got done so far. We was just checking. I got the rocker arm set on there. The stock valve covers aren't gonna clear. They are gonna clear. I was really worried about that because I just don't want, I know it sounds crazy, but I don't want no aluminum valve covers. I don't want none of that stuff. I really want it. I like my stuff to look OEM as possible. Yes, the intake's a little bit different, but I had to do that. But man, look at that. That's my deal right there. That Holley Sniper 2. Man, I'm telling you right now. Also, I had to call my guy over at Iskadarian. Them retainers look a little small for them springs, but he said they're correct. I just talked to Nolan. He said that they run them smaller like that, makes the spring stronger. He said you're good to go. But anyways, I can't wait to fire this thing up with the Holley Sniper. All my factory air cleaner goes on it. I use everything factory. It tucks down there. It's nice and tight. But you see though, oh look, I think I'm gonna have a problem with that. Look how high that intake's got it shoved up. I don't know if the factory air cleaner's gonna clear that thing. You think? Man, I'm gonna be bummed if that factory air cleaner don't go on there. I actually bought this. This truck, the only one I had, didn't come with factory air cleaner. So Gabe found me this one on eBay. He sent it to me. That's the only bad thing. It says 5.8. I got stripped them letters off there. But he sent it to me. Within 10 minutes, I bought it. He didn't even know. He called a week later. He's like, hey man, did you check out that air cleaner? I said, shit man, I already got that thing in my house. I had to have it. Yeah, here comes Joe later now. That thing's probably gonna try and move around on you though. She close, Gabe. Woo. That thing's up there with that intake now. See, the dually don't set like that because it's factory.
No, well, you got what, probably about 2 inches short on the intake runner too.
As long as it says center, but even if I have to modify a little bit, but man, look how that thing sits up there. I swear though, I need to leave that on there though. I gotta get the snorkel back. I want the factory look. I really do.
The box. We'll get it on there.
Yeah. The only thing about this one here is though, hopefully that linkage don't hit, because remember I put the spacer on it, that one on the dually. We'll just have to play with it, but
yeah. Well,
see?
you got some clearance down there, I think.
Well, I think it was the throw on the linkage though. Yeah. It was affecting that one. But I also ran it, I got it fixed the way it was, and it didn't hit it at all. And then I took it off and did something to it. And so I just went ahead and put a spacer on it. It'll be all right though. This is little stuff I'll be able to fix up. I just want to, God, we got to think that, man, I didn't really take into consideration how tall that wing and intake is.
I tell you what, though, that thing's going to look sinister with all that stuff on there.
Dude, that Holley's never going to get her done, man. Wait till well, you already know. You've already rode in a dually, so, man, this thing, with this new horsepower and that file that I got in this thing is going to be tight. I did give it a little bit of fuel just so it didn't get lean on me, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be really close to where it needs to be. That thing is up in the air, man. Look like I got horsepower up in there.
I know it.
All right, guys, that's all I got, man. Gabe's wife bringing up the pizza. Like I said, I just got to measure the push rod length. I'm probably gonna do that tomorrow. My valve covers went on. I was stressing out about my valve covers. Gabe painted my valve covers all up. Got the factory gray. I'm not one of them guys that paints them red, blue. I mean, if the truck had a blue Ford motor in from the factory, I'd have painted it blue. But I just don't. I don't know, man. I'm stupid about that kind of stuff. I really like the stuff to be as close to OEM as possible. I'll make upgrades, but I make upgrades and try and keep them clean. Stuff that if you look at the truck, you're like, man, that truck's still factory. That's just how I like my trucks, man. Everybody's different, you know, to each his own, I guess. But anyways, got a lot of work done tonight. We're getting ready to button this thing up. It ain't much longer. We got to modify the headers a little bit. I'm putting some good headers on here. Good exhaust up on her. Looks like I'm gonna have to play with the air cleaner a little bit. I think we got enough room to make that work. Yeah, I mean, really the Holley's gonna be plug and play. Gabe's already got all that wired up. That's literally just, Gabe, there ain't really much to do that, is it? We gotta run fuel lines and just plug and play after that, right? Oh, yeah, he's already got fuel lines ran and everything, so yeah. It's just gonna be hook up, plug and play. And yeah, hopefully next time I see y'all, we're gonna be firing this thing up. All right, guys, we got all the push rods in, put all the studs down, torqued them, Loctite them in, got all the push rods in, got the rocker arms on. I don't know what kind of rocker arms they are. I know they're a lot cheaper than the Comp and the Crowder. I'm gonna try them. I'll show you what they look like here. They look like a good rocker arm, but I'll know when I start running them. They're called Assault Racing. I don't know. Like I said, I'm gonna try them out. I ain't running a lot of miles in. We'll see kind of where they got. One thing I did when I was doing these builds, I wanted to make sure that, I mean, yeah, I got some money in it, but not like crazy. You know, the Holley EFI, I've got everything that Holley EFI offers for it. I think it's like $2,500, something like that, $2,700. Cam and lifters, I don't know, they're like $500-600. I got a stealth intakes like $300. Let's see, what else did I get? I got these rocker arms. I think they're a couple $300 or $200, something like that. I mean, that's about it, man. Oh, the port job, the valves, the port job, and all that was like $1,750. You know, in reality, I probably got $5,000 in this upgrade. You know, of course, it's not a short block. One day I'll probably pull this motor out and put like a stroker short block in it, put like a 520 inch motor in it, clean all the cylinders up. But for now, I just want to put a top end on it and go play around with it. I've still got, let's see, 1, 2. Yeah, I got 3. My old dually that does have EFI on it right now, I'm gonna do the motor on it. I probably will put me a good motor in that truck. I mean, I'm quite sure that thing's gonna have a 520 inch stroker motor in it. So I actually got 3. I mean, I got the Holley EFI on that, but I do wanna put a good set of heads on it. I'm gonna probably put I got a set of Cobra Jet heads. I got a set of A460 trick flow heads. So yeah, I mean, I got some good stuff, man. I ain't gonna lie. I just been picking up little Ford shit here and there. You know, it's pretty easy to make good power out of these big block Fords. Now them aluminum heads, I mean, you can make easily 600 horsepower out of those things, but I ain't looking for all that, man. If I even get a motor that makes 450, 500 horsepower, I mean, I'm sure this one here won't make exactly what I'm wanting, but it's gonna be a lot of fun. I think it's gonna gain an extra 150 horsepower pretty easily. But and it'll sound good, and I like driving it. I mean, even doing that, I got work to do. I got to put a straight axle front end in it, put all new bushings in it, put all new ball joints, you know, bearings, go through the brakes. I'm probably going to change the rear end out. I got a one ton Dana 70 rear end. It's going to have bigger brakes on the back, so I'm going to go ahead and just swap it out. I'll keep the 355 gears in it. Who knows, if this truck's a good runner running down the road, I might put a gear bender in it, overdrive, put a gear bender overdrive so I can take her on long drives. But it's going to be a nice truck, man. So anyways, I won't bore y'all with that. I'm fixing to set the valves on this motor right now. I'm sure you guys know how to set valves. If not, you know, after y'all see this video, if you want to know how to set the valves, it's just a hydraulic flat tappet camshaft, no different as a hydraulic roller. I'll go through procedure setting the valves. I don't want to bore y'all out right now. I'm gonna go ahead and crank these valves out, and I'll put the valve covers on it. I'm gonna set the intake on it dry, because I got to get the studs. The studs are in my other heads for the corners. That way I can torque that intake down, then we'll drop the distributor in it, and then we're going to finish up these header work, do a little, Gabe is doing a little bit of work we talked about yesterday on those headers, and then yeah, we'll get the exhaust on this thing. And Gabe's taking off. He's leaving tomorrow evening, so I won't do no work. It'll be next week before we get back on this project, but hopefully by Thanksgiving weekend we fire this thing up and we can drive it. That'd be really cool. All right, guys, get a little late here. I'm gonna wrap this thing up real quick. Went ahead and got the headers massaged on one side and massaged on the other. We just got to finish those up. And then the crossover pipe, we're gonna have to cut that, modify a little bit, but went ahead and got the heads are all down, got all the rocker arms on, all adjusted, lifters are in. So made some good headway with this guy. I don't know if it's kind of dark in here. Made some good headway on this thing tonight, so we'll, Gabe's got to leave out of town. Probably won't get much done on this thing the rest of the week, but next week, Thanksgiving weekend, I'm gonna get this thing wrapped up. We're gonna fire it up, so hopefully it does good. I'll get you some more content, some more video on this thing running. We'll see how it turns out.
Big country?
Not much, man. Going up to work on my old black bull nose, one I did all the engine work on. Put a whole new top end on it, put an EFI cam in it, put Holley EFI on it. Going to work on that thing, finish it up today, and then hopefully we'll get to fire that thing up, get it running, get it home. Got my buddy Gabe that wired it all up, put the Holley EFI on it for me. But yeah, gonna take the old dually up there because we need to kind of look at the configuration. We kind of forgot how we did this one, how we mounted the coil and all that, and this truck's really clean, everything works good, so I'm gonna take this up there so you can look at it, and then just kind of make sure I do it the same way as on the other one. But after that, hopefully I get that thing running, man. I'm ready to ride that thing. That thing should make around 450, maybe 500 horsepower.
Ooh, that's gonna be fun.
Well, the dually be next. I'm fixing to pull this motor out and put the horsepower in it.
Quick,
man. All right. Well, we're getting close on this thing, Gabe. What do you think?
Oh yeah, we're almost there. Can't wait.
Get it all buttoned up, just putting all the remainder of the little bullshit stuff on. We had to change some of the bolts. These older heads, they still have the same bolt accessory holes, but they don't have as large a hole in it. So we took, Gabe took the original bolts that are in this thing. They're a little bit bigger, but we actually milled them down. He milled them down because there's not enough meat on this head to put that bigger bolt in here. We had two of them like that, so I didn't want to try and open up and re-tap this out a bigger bolt and break these heads, but I still think they'll hold up. Just trying to keep the OEM look on this thing as much as I can.
Yeah, we machined it down from a 5/16 to a 3/8 on the end, so they would thread into the block.
Yeah, and that's because of these Dove C heads. You know, this truck had the D3 heads on it. One day I'll go over the difference of these cylinder heads too. You know, you can use the D3 heads that came off this motor. You can port them out, but they'll never be as good as the Dove head or the C8 or the C9 head. So, like I said, that'll be a whole nother video one day. I'll go over all that. But anyways, yeah, we're getting pretty much buttoned up, man. Gonna put some water in this thing. I really just wanted to button up this video. It's been a lot of work trying to get this truck going over here. Gabe has done a fantastic job. He's got her all wired up. I mean, he's got a multimeter over here and checking out some shit over here. But anyways, just trying to keep that factory look, man. The Wien Stealth intake, a lot taller than I anticipated. The air cleaner's still gonna go up underneath there, but it's definitely taller than what it was. There's no doubt about it. But I was really stressed out if that air cleaner was gonna fit, because again, for me, I want to be able to open the hood on my truck, and I just want it to look factory, you know. Although I know it's got some killer shit, I'm gonna go over this real quick with you right now. I'll just kind of tell you. I know a lot of you have been following along and you remember, but what I've done was, it's still the stock 460 short block in this truck. I mean, it runs good, never smoked, got good oil pressure, so there was no point in really changing the short block. One day I'll probably put a stroker motor, 520 inch motor or something in this old truck. But what I've done was I've took the Holley, I think it had a Holley 600 or 650 vacuum secondary on it. That's usually what comes on these old trucks, but I've gotten rid of that. I've gotten rid of the stock ignition module. I put all full Holley Sniper EFI 2 on here. I've used the HyperSpark distributor. I've used the PDM box, the ignition control module. So basically I've done everything as far as what Holley offers, which, because, you know, I've done that on this old dually out here. You know, I've had the Holley Sniper 2 EFI on that truck now for, how long has it been on there, Gabe? Probably 7, 8 months now, probably 6 months?
Probably about 6 months.
So Gabe put it on this truck about 6 months ago. That truck's just a stock truck. It does have headers on it, but we put the Holley Sniper on there, and of course, I've been fooling with it, kind of getting it tuned in, getting it right, and it really does run really good. I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, that truck runs phenomenal. It takes that old truck, the old truck vibe, when the old ignition modules used to get hot on, you used to have to pull over on the side of the road, put water on them. I mean, I've had a bunch of these old trucks. The carburetors, the vapor lock, when you get in heat, get in traffic, you know, it takes all that out of it. But that's why I'm so prone to this Holley Sniper, man. It's just, I swear I can't say enough about it. It's such a great product. But anyways, I put that on here. I put the Wien Stealth intake on here. It kind of fit what I was wanting to do as far as the RPM range, but it's got a fully ported Wien Stealth intake on it. The Dove C heads, it's got a fully ported Dove C heads. I upsized the valves from the stock intake valve, I want to say is a 208. The exhaust is, I want to say it's a 165. Now it has a 219 with a 172 exhaust, stainless valves. I got all the camshaft components from Iskandarian. Nolan over there got me hooked up with a cam. He did the grind. I'm hoping she has a little thump, Nolan. I want to make sure I hear this thing, because this is a standard. This is a 4-speed, so this is my opportunity to hear a little bump in this thing. But he assured me it will be. It's got like a 500, I want to say a 560, 580 lift on it. Duration is like a 230, 240, something like that. I don't have the cam card in front of me, but it's something close to that. But anyways, so all the camshaft components, the valve train components are all from Iskandarian Cam, except for the stainless steel valves. They're from Ferrero valves. But all the retainers, the springs, the push rods, just you name it. Iskandarian sent me everything for the camshaft for this motor. So timing chain, everything. That's another thing with these old motors. These things came from the factory 8 degrees retarded, so now it's straight up. It's not retarded no more. You know, I usually give these things probably 10 or 15 horsepower. But yeah, like I said, man, I'm hoping it makes over 400 horsepower. These things make like 225 stock. You know, with the difference with the Dove C head is now it's got a 75cc closed chambered head as opposed to the 95cc open chamber head. And I also believe the Dove C head flows better too. Just the throat, the intake volume port design, it just flows more. Plus these heads are fully ported now. But like I said, yeah, between the Holley Sniper, the intake, the cylinder heads, and also I put a set of Headman headers on it, and I put a Flowmaster 3-inch exhaust on it. So that's something I got to get the exhaust done. But like I said, I'm just looking for around 400 horsepower. I don't think that's a unachievable goal. I'll do a little walk around this truck. It's a really nice truck, man. I did have a little problems with the Holley sniper, trying to get everything in it, get it downloaded. I had to go get my computer, but that's another video. I figured it out. Like I said, wasn't really nothing to do with Holley. I think I had some gremlins somewhere, but I got it all figured out. But anyways, yeah, I'm gonna get this truck leveled up, putting a straight axle on it. As soon as I get it home, it's getting a straight axle put underneath it. I'm putting a set of 315s. I'll either put 295s or 315s on it. I'll put a set of Alcoa wheels on. I'm gonna take these center lines off. Yeah, just get this thing all cleaned up, man. I'm excited to get this truck running. I've had this truck for a while, just never done nothing with it. I really haven't even driven it. I mean, shoot, I brought it over to Gabe, and Gabe took it out and drove it, and I think he drove it more than I did. It's definitely a clean truck. It is definitely a nice truck. It deserves to be driven, and I think I'm gonna have a lot of fun with it. But anyways, we're just gonna button this thing up, and then I would love to show you all the startup today, but in case it don't go well, I'm probably not gonna do that. But we're gonna finish this video up here. Everything's just about back on this thing, and then I'm gonna cut this video off and end this, and then the next video will be from either catastrophic failure or we got this thing up and running. So peace out, see you in a while. Stay tuned, hit that bell notification, like and subscribe to the channel. Also, I started a Facebook page for all of our truck guys. It's Ford Trucks for Life. Make sure y'all go over that Facebook page. It's wide open. Just don't be, try to be nice, man. That's all. You can post whatever you want. Some of these guys don't know as much about these trucks. They ask questions, and some of them guys come in there and they just are a complete ass. Other than that, I don't care what you do. And you can post any truck. Although it says Ford Trucks for Life, any truck. I like any and all trucks. I'm also gonna have a truck show here in Florida. It's over there at Brooksville. It's Florida Classic Park, February 14th, Valentine's Day. I expect to I think we're gonna have a really good turnout, and I got a really good surprise coming for that. So anybody that shows up at that event, they're probably gonna be very happy. Someone will be very happy, put it that way. But anyways, yeah, so again, I'm gonna end this video now. The next video will be us cranking this old bull nose up and see if she runs good. Till next time, peace out, people.